Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana.
We are one-stop solution for current affairs.
We have an application student by the name AffairsCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded it, you can log in it through your Gmail ID.
You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video.
In our course, you will be able to find the quizzes that are uploaded which will help you enhance your learning. We make sure to cover multiple banking exams that will help you to land a better job. That includes your IBPS, RRB, SBI PO and other banking related exams. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for economy and business for December month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. The first question is, which company has recently partnered with Drug Green Power Corporation Limited to develop 5000 megawatt of clean energy capacity in Bhutan? It is Tata Power Renewable Energy Limited, and this is to develop 500 megawatt of clean energy capacity. In which country? It will be in Bhutan. Which is that company? It is Tata Power Renewable Energy Limited. Next, according to SBI's ERD report, that is Economic Research Department report released in November, India's GDP is likely to drop below 6.5% for current FY25. Next, Morgan Stanley, they have recently lowered the GDP projection for India to 6.3% for which FY? It is for the FY25. Next, which department under the Ministry of Finance has recently granted in principle approval for the consolidation of IFCI Group? It is Department of Financial Services, and this plan also includes consolidation of the Stock Holding Service Limited, IFCI Financial Service Limited, IFIN Commodities Limited and IFIN Credit Limited into a single entity. Next, according to OECD's Economic Outlook for December 24 released in December, India's growth forecast by 20 basis points to dash in FY25. So, India's growth forecast has been increased to 6.8%. So you must be seeing here students that different organization is predicting different data, but on an average if we see it, India will be growing between 6.4 to 6.8%. The closer approach is that we will be close to 6 to 6.4% in the GDP. Next, 9 Indian states with existing or proposed cash transfer programs for women had a total budget estimate of $18 billion for FY25, which represent dash of India's GDP according to Goldman Sachs Global Research, which represents 0.5% of the India's GDP. The 9 states that include your Maharashtra, Karnataka, Assam, Bihar, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Jharkhand, right? And it has been observed that the cash transfer schemes have played a pivotal role in attracting the women voters. Next, which organization has stated that the growth in the assets under management of NBFCs is expected to moderate to 15 to 17% in FY25 as well as in FY26? It is CRISIL Ratings Limited, and this marks a decline of 600 to 800 basis points from a strong growth of 23% in FY24. Next, which among the following is not included in the abolition of the special additional excise duty, also known as the windfall tax, by the government of India in December 2024? Among the following which is not included here, so natural gas is not included in the abolition of the special additional excise duty, also known as windfall tax. So windfall tax on these commodities will be reduced. Next, in December, State Bank of India released their latest Economic Research Department report stating that India's GDP growth is how much? It is 6.3% for FY25. Next, according to Asian Development Bank's report, that is Asian Development Outlook for December 24, steady growth amid a shifting global policy landscape, India's GDP growth forecast for FY25 has been reduced to dash. It has been reduced to 6.5%, that was earlier estimated by Asian Development Bank to be 7%. Next is according to S&P Global Ratings report, India outlook for 2025. So India's GDP rate will remain unchanged at 6.8% for FY25. See, you are seeing different organization giving the different data. Next, which car has recently partnered with, or which car group has partnered with UNICEF to transform the educational landscape for 1 lakh children across 4 states in India? It is your BMW group. It is Munich, Germany based BMW group that partnered with UNICEF to transform educational landscapes for 1 lakh children across 4 states in India. Which are these 4 states? Assam, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Next, which among the following are right? About the National Apex Chamber, the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, they have released this report, right? Among them, which of the following is right? Right? We have to tell me the correct one. If we look at the options, all these three are rightly mentioned. Next, Fitch Ratings Incorporation recently revised the India's GDP growth forecast for FY25, lowering it to dash from the previous estimates of 7%, lowering it to 6.4% from the previous estimates of 7%. Next is which company has recently extended their partnership with Telenor Denmark, a leading mobile operator in Denmark, for another 5 years to enhance information technology systems. It is TCS, Tata Consultancy Service Limited, and it has been extended for 5 years. Next is which company has collaborated with Amazon Finance India Private Limited to create innovative credit solutions for customers and merchants by offering loan products through Amazon's application and website. It is L&T Finance Limited. This partnership was unveiled at RAISE 24, that is India's leading AI focused event focusing on banking, financial service and insurance sector. Next, Care Edge Rating, they have recently revised the GDP projection for India for FY25 to 6.5%, that was earlier estimated to be 6.8%. Next, what is the total foreign direct investment inflow in India since April 2000 as per the data released by DPIIT? So since April 2000, India has received a total FDI of $1 trillion. Next, which company's board of directors recently approved the incorporation of a healthcare subsidiary to provide healthcare allied services? So which company is it? It is your PB Fintech. Next, in December, TCS Limited, an information technology service provider based in Mumbai, Maharashtra, collaborated with Landis+Gyr, an energy management company that is based in Dash, to offer innovative solutions that help utilities improve energy efficiency. Right? That is based in Chem, Switzerland. Take a note of it. Next, which bank has recently partnered with TCS to modernize the bank's digital core for enhanced customer services? It is Bank of Bhutan. It is Bank of Bhutan. Next, in December, Finance Minister of UP Suresh Kumar Khanna presented a second supplementary budget of 17,865 crore rupees, correct, for UP for FY25. Next is in December, Hindustan Petro Corporation Limited, they signed an agreement with NICDC Logistics Data Service Limited to integrate their application programming interface with what? It is with Unified Logistic Interface Platform. Next is in December, India Ratings and Research released its FY 2026 macroeconomic outlook. It is projected that the Indian economy will be growing at dash in FY26. Indian economy will be growing at 6.6% in FY26. Retained inflation is projected at 4.4% in FY26. Next, which company has become the first banking, financial service and insurance company to offer all three core financial services on ONDC network, that is Open Network for Digital Commerce? It is your Aditya Birla Capital Limited. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to revision part that will be beneficial for your learning.
Next, who won the F1 Italian Grand Prix held at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza in Monza, Italy? So who won this F1 Italian Grand Prix? It was won by Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc, he drives for which company? He drives for Ferrari.
right? And he's a Moroccan driver. Next, who has recently won the National Chess Championship held in Gurugram, Haryana? So it was won by Karthik Venkataraman, right? Grandmaster Karthik Venkataraman. He is from Andhra Pradesh and he has won this National Chess Championship. That is the 61st edition of the National Chess Championship held in Gurugram, Haryana. Next, name the football club team that recently won their maiden Durand Cup at the 133rd Indian Oil Durand Cup held in Kolkata, West Bengal. So this is your Northeast United Football Club that has recently won this Durand Cup. Durand Cup is related to football, right? And this was the 133rd edition of the Durand Cup. What is the location where this was held? It was held in Kolkata, West Bengal. Next, who has recently won the men's single title at the US Open 2024? So Jannik Sinner has recently won the men's single title at the US Open 2024. Jannik Sinner, right? Take a note of this. He is from which country? He is from Italy. He is world's number one tennis player, right? And who won the women's singles title here? Women's singles title was won by Aryna Sabalenka. Aryna Sabalenka is from Belarus. Next is name the England cricketer who has recently announced his retirement from international cricket. So Moeen Ali, right? He is the England cricketer and he has announced retirement. Next, India has won how many medals in the Paris 2024 Paris Olympic Games, ranked 18th among the 170 participating nations. So India won 29 medals in the Paris Olympic Games and was at the 18th position in the medal tally. Correct? Take a note of this. Now this is your homework, students, to tell me who secured the first position in medal tally and how many medals did that country won. Next, the Olympic Council of Asia has recently included Yogasana as the demonstration sport in the 2026 Asian Games, which is scheduled to be held where? So Asian Games, right? Directly remember 2026 Asian Games is scheduled to be held where? In Japan. And Olympic Council of Asia has recently included Yogasana as a demonstration sports in this 2026 Asian Games scheduled to be held in Japan. Next, who has recently won the F1 Qatar Airways Azerbaijan Grand Prix 2024? So who has recently won this F1 Qatar Grand Prix? So this F1 Qatar Grand Prix has been won by whom? It has been won by Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri, he drives for McLaren, right? He's an Australian driver who won the F1 Qatar Airways, that is F1 Qatar Airways Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Next, which country has won the Asian Championship trophy held from 8th to 17th of September at the Moki Hockey Training Base in China? So it is our India that has won this Asian Championship trophy held from 8th to 17th of September at the Moki Hockey Training Base, that is in China, right? And this is the fifth Asian title. This is India's fifth time that India has won it. And China here was up the runner-up and Pakistan came third. Next, which javelin thrower has finished second with a throw of 87.86 meters at the 2024 Wanda Diamond League Finals in King Baudin Stadium in Brussels, Belgium? So he is Indian javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra and he secured here second position. Next is who has recently won F1 Singapore Airlines Grand Prix held at the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore, right? So right option is Lando Norris. Lando Norris, he drives for McLaren, right? He's a British driver and he has won this Singapore Grand Prix 2024, right? That was held in Singapore. And this is his Lando Norris third career win. Take a note of this for 2024. Next, which country has recently won the gold medal in both open and women's section of the 45th International Chess Federation Chess Olympiad held in Hungary, Budapest? So it is India that has recently won gold medal in both open and women's section of the 45th International Chess Federation Chess Olympiad held in Hungary, Budapest. Next, where was the 7th edition of the annual men's tennis tournament Lever Cup held? Right? So the 7th edition of the annual men's tennis tournament Lever Cup held in Berlin, Germany. Where it was held? It was held in Berlin, Germany. Correct? And who won this Lever Cup? John Borg, right? Swedish tennis player, right? That is Team Europe. Let me tell, Team Europe. right, captained by Swedish tennis player Jean Borg, has won this Lever Cup. This Lever Cup, it is played between Team Europe versus Team World, right, and they have won it. Next, which country has recently won the 4th Intercontinental Cup football title by defeating India by 3-0 at the Gandhi Mohana Chandra Balayogi Athletic Stadium in Hyderabad, Telangana? So, which country has won it? This was won by Syria. This Intercontinental Cup, right? That is the 4th edition of this cup. This is played between India, Syria, and Maldives. Right, these countries take part in this, and here Syria has won it. Oh, sorry, not Maldives, Mauritius. Right. Next, which brand is the official sponsor of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2027 held in Brazil? It is Lay's. Right. Lay's is the official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026 as well as for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2027. Next, name the Indian tennis player who has recently won men's double title along with Vijay Sundar Parshnath in the finals of the ATP 250 Hangzhou Open 2024. So, who is that Indian tennis player? So, Jeevan, right? He has won the men's double title, or he has won the men's double title along with Vijay Sundar Prashant. Next, which country has recently won the gold medal in the first Asia Pacific Paddle Cup that was held in Bali, Indonesia? So, Paddle Cup, right? Who won this? Which country? It is Indonesia. The event was also held in Indonesia only, and Indonesia has won the Paddle Cup. Then, students, if we look at some one-liners, recently Sujkai is basically developed by whom? This is an AI powered assistant, right? It was launched for Thailand tourism. It was launched for Thailand tourism, right? Then who launched this? So Wipro has launched this Sujkai. Take a note of this. Then recently Bima Sakhi Yojana. Bima Sakhi Yojana. Bima Sakhi Yojana was launched for whom? It was launched for women, right? Launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then next thing, there was a Prasashan Gaon Ki Aur. That is Prasashan Gaon Ki Aur. This was a scheme launched for what? So Prasashan Gaon Ki Aur. This scheme was launched basically to improve the service delivery. It was launched for improving the service delivery, correct, in rural areas. That is Prasashan Gaon Ki Aur. Then apart from this, recently remember First India Maritime Heritage Conclave 2024. It concluded where? It concluded in New Delhi. Then who inaugurated the 10th edition of World Ayurveda Congress 2024? It was inaugurated by the Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. And where was it held? It was held in Dehradun. Correct. Apart from this, recently, which person became the first person to achieve $400 billion net worth, right? This is the net worth of an individual. He is Elon Musk, and he became the richest person in the history. Apart from this, if I ask you which country has recently attained, so I have given the answer. It is India has attained $1 trillion in FDI, right? Your homework is to tell me which country or from which country the highest FDI India has received. Tell me. This is your homework. Correct? Then apart from this, if I ask you who has been appointed as the Speaker of the 6th Jharkhand Legislative Assembly. So Rabindra Mahato, who has been appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Trans Union Civil. So Bhavesh Jain has been appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of Trans Union Civil. Then apart from this, recently, which INS was delivered or which INS was commissioned when Rajnath Singh was on a visit to Russia? So name of that INS is INS Tushil. Right? This was commissioned by India in the Indian Navy. Then who won the ACC Under 19 Men's Asia Cup title? This was held in Dubai, the final, and who won it? It was won by Bangladesh, right? Question can be also asked that who retained this title? So Bangladesh retained it as Bangladesh won it for the second consecutive time. So last year also it was Bangladesh who won this title. Then who became the youngest? Who became the youngest world chess champion? So D. Gukesh. He became the world's youngest chess champion. Right? Then apart from this, tell me, when do we observe International Anti-Corruption Day? International Anti-Corruption Day. So when do we observe this day? It is observed on 9th of December. One more thing, students, if I ask you, recently, in order to develop Amravati in Andhra Pradesh, which organization has given a loan worth $200 million to Andhra Pradesh, that is for the development of Amravati in Andhra Pradesh? So this is Asian Development Bank. Tell me, recently, Ministry of Defense have recently signed a contract worth 136 crore rupees. It is for the procurement of an aircraft, and 12 such aircrafts will be procured. Which are these aircraft? These are Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 aircraft. 12 of these Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 aircrafts will be procured, right? And this contract has been given to which organization? It was given to Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So Hindustan Aeronautics Limited will be delivering these 12 Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jets. These are worth 136 crore rupees, and Ministry of Defense gave Hindustan Aeronautics Limited the contracts for the same. Correct? One more question. Recently, we are talking about Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Who won this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? It was won by Lando Norris. It was won by Lando Norris, right? Lando Norris, he drives for which company? He drives for McLaren. He drives for McLaren. Take a note of this, right? So Abu Dhabi Grand Prix won by Lando Norris, and Lando Norris drives for McLaren. Correct? Then tell me, students, Women's World Cup, right, will be held recently. Correct? It will be held it will be held when? It will be held in 2027. It will be held where? It will be held in Brazil. It will be held in Brazil. And one more thing related to Brazil, that Brazil is having the chairmanship of BRICS recently, right? Who held the chairmanship of BRICS earlier? It was with Russia, right? This year it was with Russia. And in Russia too, it was held where? In Russia, it was held in Kazan. And recently in Kazan, there was a drone attack. This drone attack was done by Ukraine, right? And it was similar to that of 9/11 that took place in USA. Correct? So remember these things. Correct? Women's World Cup in Brazil. Brazil having the chairmanship of Russia BRICS this time. Russia handed it over to Brazil, right? And in Russia, the BRICS summit was held at Kazan, and in Kazan recently there was a drone attack. Correct? So these are some important revision current affairs, students. Now let's move to our main content.